what Tokyo Revengers did and is doing is some different shit.
Man, y'all, Tokyo Revengers is good, but you gassing that shit a little too much.
Been reading the manga. You ain't read the manga.
Yes, I have, nigga. Yes, I have. Yes.
Oh, you call it?
We gassing it?
Yeah, I'm only like 3 chapters behind, but
you're tripping.
Like that gas, nigga. That's what that shit is, nigga. Fire.
Nah, y'all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. They had some impactful moments there. Maybe you just wasn't invested in Takemichi from the beginning, because that nigga...
No, I fuck with Takemichi. That nigga beat Asuka. I fuck with Asuka, too. Not as much as but,
I mean, facts. Yeah. If was in this bitch...
he's already there, but we wouldn't want to disrespect him by comparing him to other characters.
Got him.
So we left him out.
You know the nigga that present the award.
We must pay homage to him.
Segment is a favorite Shonen MC tournament. So we already have this rolling out on different social medias. So we wanted to give our thoughts / opinions on it. Let me see if I can pull up the image so I can remember what the list was. Basically, how we'll do it is we will go through each matchup in the round, I guess, and then who votes for who, and then if anybody has some, I'm gonna let you finish at the end. We'll just take it after that. So, in total, let me see if I can find this fucking picture. There we go. Sorry. So, we have Naruto, Deku, Yusuke, Ichigo, Luffy, Asta, Tanjiro, and Takemichi as the contenders. The first matchup is Naruto versus Deku. So, in y'all opinion, who do y'all vote for wins that matchup? Naruto versus Deku. I'm gonna put Naruto on mine over Deku.
Naruto.
You got 3 Narutos. Are you also Naruto, Jugga?
Yeah.
All right, so boom. So Naruto won that. No, I'm gonna let you finish this. No, nothing. Anybody want to make any comments about why they picked Naruto, or it was a no-brainer?
I think that Deku he has a lot in the way. His personality is okay. I don't mind it. But I do not like his resolve. I like Naruto's resolve. The results, same. And just like enjoyability. Naruto was fun. It was my childhood. Deku is kind of like, he okay.
All right. Next one, a little bit more challenging. Luffy versus Asta. What's the votes? My point, I'm going Asta. You already know.
I'm going Asta. Luffy. I mean, like, Luffy's like one of my OGs. Do not get me wrong. I mean, like, love him. Love One Piece. But I don't know. I just can't. I've just never been a huge fan of just the whole, pretty much all foolishness as an MC. Like, I need some critically thinking, at least as much as possible. I love the heart, I love the hands, but you can't just be going in completely blinding 24/7. And that's Luffy. And then, like, it just happens to work out most of the time with him. And I just can't do it. Asta is at least, like, he'd be like, ooh. Like, he has, like, a very good battle sense and also just not completely foolish, like, thinking that everything is actually going to work out. And sometimes he's like, fuck, I might kind of get got. Granted, I might need to do what I need to do. And not just be like, let me just try to handle literally everything on my own. If I got to do this with or without a team, F it, I'm going to do this on my own, etc. And also just a straight up hardest worker MC that, at least in my top 3 just right now, period, as far as Shonen MCs go in the general. So, also just always been a real one from the jump to me. So,
man, I'm going with Luffy for the simple fact I'm Team over here.
Wow.
All right. Player 5.
Really should have been versus Luffy for real.
It is Clover now.
You right. That's actually hindsight.
Yeah. I want to go.
Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't
He don't even watch
surprised.
this.
I thought you were going to go
Yeah.
Asta.
And I don't even watch it like that, but from what I watched and what I've kept up with, to me, I don't know. Asta is kind of still in like a learning phase. I've never seen him in a leadership phase, and I feel like we've seen Luffy in every phase. Hell, I didn't even watch all of it, and I still seen Luffy in all those phases in just a little bit. So I'm sure y'all seen him in so much more. And I mean, like, and Asta kind of got it easy. Like, I mean, yeah, we saw him work for it. But basically everybody fucking loved the nigga. He always get the power up. I don't think Luffy live in the world where he just like, hey, today, guess what, nigga? Mr. Yonko, you about to get clapped today. We see that nigga get his ass drugged.
And then
come back, get drugged again. Then he get the instant power up.
What I'm saying is, it's absolutely no development. Like,
because literally at that point in, real life, that would have been it. That would have been GG. Let me go against the Yonko without the power up. Oh, you dead.
The story.
You said talking about Shonen here.
But we rarely see that with Asta, is what I'm trying to say. Like, we rarely see those kind of moments.
This nigga, with 200 chapters in, this nigga is fighting these demons that's the strongest people in the fucking show. Luffy just got fighting niggas 1,000 chapters in, bro. What do you mean? It's 1,000 chapters to barely fight the strongest niggas. But after is that nigga.
Your Luffy stand is showing. But what I'm gonna say.
No, One Piece stand is
what I will counter with the Luffy thing, like I said before, to me personally, Luffy actually doesn't have any character development. The story coddles his behavior. Personally, all he does is, I'm going to run into a situation head first until it figures itself out. And the story coddles that constantly. The Ace thing, he ran into that shit head first, and instead of them saying, hey bro, you're too weak to do this, he got a whole Yonko to come back him up and allow that thing to happen the way it happened. Currently in Wano, he's challenging a Yonko who technically before this arc started, he was not ready to fight. Magically now he is. We don't ever see him train for any power-ups. He just gets it. Like, if you see the Gear 2 thing, the stuff everyone loves about Sabondi / the CP9 arc, there was like no actual training into how he got any of these powers. He just was like, got his ass whooped, turned around, now I have Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd. Surprise, like, what? So, personally, for me, I feel like if you picked Luffy, you just liked him from day one for who he is or whatever. But in my mind, as far as like, I'm just talking about my favorite here, I didn't like him from day one, and he's never changed from that person. So that's why I'm kind of just like, well, fuck him. And in my mind, Asta, I saw at least a little bit of maturity and growth. I know the story has some time to go. I know it's not as long as whatever. But in my mind, I like Asta. But if I'm honest, I really just like the way Black Clover handles their main character, which is that Asta is not the person that has to defeat everybody. So in my mind, I just like watching his journey and his growth, and I like the little twist that they do with his development where he does rely a lot on the sword, but he's had hurdles that he's had to overcome to find other ways to use his other abilities in order to get better. And then at the same time, even now, the friendship, his hands, I guess, the friendship that he has with the demon, I also thought was like a better twist to me, where it's more of a partnership of growth versus like they did that with Naruto at like the tail end. In the beginning, it was just like, I'm just going to keep stealing your power. And then finally we became friends. Asta started off with that, so we were seeing both of them develop together. I like it a little bit better. That's all.
So that demon thing, that's just the Naruto copycat.
It sure is.
Like, it happened sooner because Black Clover is not going to last as long as Naruto. I'm pretty sure Black Clover is going to end in the next couple years. But I mean, that's cool. I just don't fuck with Asta.
But I mean, we're tied right now, so we got to get a tie break. Anybody convinced either way?
Nah.
No.
I could be swayed to Asta being better than Luffy. Although I feel like the respect I'm putting on Asta's name is more of the respect of the show,
100%.
which I have a lot of respect for.
100%.
And I don't think
100%.
if I pull these two characters out of their world and just were to stick them somewhere, I would be like, bro, get this nigga Asta out of here. But I could see myself being like, all right, bro, hey, Luffy about to lead us. We probably gonna have to pick up all the pieces, but this shit
That is crazy.
Like,
See, that to me is like,
No, like, cause even like what you said, the thing about Asta not having to defeat all the people. That's a story thing. That's not has nothing to do with Asta at all.
I called
that's
that
a story
out.
mechanism.
I think that they're both in a similar boat in that I think in both of these series, they're not the people that we like the most or care about the most. Like it's more or less their supporting team that is more interesting to us. Like Luffy, it's the crew over Luffy. Luffy's there to like move us to the next part of the story, but the crew is who we like are interested in.
But Luffy picked his crew, so it's just kind of like whenever a Black Bull does good, you got to pay homage to Yami. Like, yo, he definitely handpicked these niggas. You get what I'm saying? Luffy definitely handpicks his nigga, although effectively just like Yami. Hey, bro, I think you're cool. Come on, join the squad. And then that nigga go crazy. So I'm like, I'd be willing to switch for time's sake and just go with Asta because it was a pretty close one for me. But I solidly think Luffy wins it, but let's go. I'll switch to Asta in this case.
So we got Asta there. Tanjiro Takemichi, next one. My vote goes Takemichi.
Takemichi. My nigga.
Light work, Takemichi for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Takemichi as well.
I don't want to go Takemichi.
Why would you want to go Takemichi?
He got that heart, bro.
What's the issue? Why are you hesitant to go Takemichi?
He's too new on the scene, bro. Like, he needs to put in some work.
Y'all really want to see the hands out of this nigga. But to me,
But Tanjiro just so trash.
See, like, I thought this was a great matchup because I thought they were both crybabies. Why I picked Takemichi over Tanjiro really doesn't have anything to do with Tanjiro's character. To me, it's the exploration of their bitch assness that I think is better. Like, I think Tanjiro, like, is, like, he's not bitch made, but he's very caring or whatever. And it's sort of shown through the story, but you don't necessarily see his fear. Takemichi, I feel like I see what he's overcoming to even be in the battles that he is in sometimes. Like, when Mikey and what's-his-face pulled up and them motherfuckers was talking shit to his girl and his hands was, like, literally shaking as he was saying, like, don't say that shit to my girl. I feel like that was great character development. That was showing me that bitch-ass nigga, he said what he needed to say, but he was scared the whole time. And I feel like Tanjiro's in a similar boat, but we don't see that fear at all when he's doing shit. It's just kind of like, oh, I figured it out.
Well, Tanjiro's not a... Yeah, he's not like a... He don't be afraid.
But what those demons do is sick. Like, usually when he comes around and sees, like, the atrocities, he's like, you know, he has that sympathy moment of like, damn, this nigga's fucked up. And then it kind of just goes back to the action. So, I don't know if I see his development. I see that he cares. But I just feel more tied to the story of Takemichi, the bitch made nigga, than I do Tanjiro slaying demons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the issue is that with Tanjiro's bitch assedness, he is basically showing empathy. Like, yo, bro, I really feel what you going through. Like, this is fucked up. I'm sorry your life had to be this way. But he doesn't use that to push through it and be like, you know what, instead of killing you, I'm going to save you like I'm going to save my sister or something like that. That would be like, yo, I got respect for this nigga. Takemichi softness come from him being like, bro, I'm afraid to fight. And we see that nigga say, yo, fuck that. I'm putting my hands up to Mikey, the hardest nigga in the streets, even though I know I'm going to get my ass whooped. And I think that is why we fuck with him more, is he is pushing through his fear. Tanjiro just like, damn, I feel bad for you, but you did. I'm not. My sister not dying. She saved him. You gotta go though, bro. Like, yo, I feel real bad. I wish you could be like me and my sister.
Right.
Before we move forward on Facebook, we got a message from Nicholas Walker. He said, Tanjiro has bodies. No matter how long Takemichi hit the weight room, he's just going to get folded. Tanjiro fighting niggas that could easily decapitate that man. I'd be nervous all the time, too. I mean, Takemichi's still that nigga. Like you feel me? If Takemichi was in the Demon Slayer world, he would be way weaker than Tanjiro, but still be out there swinging that sword. Like
that's just walking around trying to.
He's like if you made Mummin Rider the main character, bro. Like
facts though, hard for days.
He just trying. He ain't gonna never be Sea King, but he gonna ride that bike.
Justice Crash, bro.
He's an Ichigo without the sleep, but he actually still fight though.
Right.
But yeah. All right. Last one of the first round is Yusuke and Ichigo. I'm going Yusuke. I'll toss it out. I personally feel like even of all the characters I see listed here, when I rewatch Yu Yu Hakusho, I actually felt like I saw Yusuke grow into a man. And I don't know if I've necessarily seen that from anyone here. But like if you watch him from the beginning being that dumbass delinquent to where he's at the end, you actually could see a level of maturity there in him. So I don't feel like I ever got that from Ichigo. I think Ichigo just kind of got thrown into shit and was just like, yep, I got to figure it out because I got to figure it out.
But yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, that's it. I felt like I saw Yusuke grow into a man. Did not feel like I saw much of that from Ichigo. More just like, fuck, I gotta do this shit again. Like I felt like that was every arc for Ichigo. It's like, fuck, I gotta fight these niggas again, bro.
Like y'all ain't got nobody.
Like, why y'all keep calling me? So.
Yeah, I pretty much ditto with MGG. Gotta go for Yusuke. I actually just like rewatched a few episodes from Bleach just for like the action hype, and that man Ichigo really kept on. I mean, he's pretty much like a Luffy identical as far as like my reasoning goes. Like no matter what the situation was, he wanted to put hands and start like pretty much all out wars with a force he had no comprehension of what he was dealing with. Got continuously lucky. The Shonen instant powerless, whatever. But he's still like just was kind of just ridiculous as far as his methodology is trying to get ish done, and I just can't always agree to it. Granted, as far as like anime goes, it always looks good. Don't get me wrong, but if we're still just talking about the people in general, again, Yusuke was just that real mother effer that only really had to do things because he had to do it, not because he's choosing to be foolish. Just a bit of a difference there, at least in my opinion. Because like mother effer Yusuke was really trying to save the world. Ichigo was just doing dumb-ish because of, I don't know, perspective, selfishness, or whatever towards his goals, etc. But
he was trying to save his friend.
But at the same time, there is a right and wrong way to do that, though. And Ichigo got mad lucky a lot of the time.
Who determines what's right and wrong in trying to save your friend? I'm going with Ichigo.
Okay. I mean, like, as far as just to answer your question, I just feel like right and wrong just being that right being the highest probability of getting ish done, wrong being the lowest. At least in my opinion. I'm not saying that there's a, obvious yes and no answer, but there's definitely a more correct than not, right? And like think about what Buddy really did as far as trying to save Rukia, like going to Soul Society, right? Buddy really did try to roll up 4 people deep to go up against the entire court guard squad. Think about that real quick. Like what? I mean, and he originally tried to do that alone, if you remember. The 3 people who tried to show up at the end was because they wanted to save her just to save her. But he didn't actually go to them to save her. So you could even argue just not even asking them was the wrong way, and he got lucky by them joining. Low key.
But again, by in terms of like, how do you just say it's the wrong thing to do? What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, try to at least explore your options. I mean,
I can see you don't. I can see you don't like it. That's why you didn't choose Ichigo. But you can't just say he made the wrong decision or whatever. The shit worked out for whatever reason. Within the story, we have the story we have. It worked out, so you can't say it was the wrong.
So pause. So you're saying that if the whole squad got bodied, that would have been the wrong decision then?
No, it still would have been the wrong decision.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like the story itself, let's just say Bleach ended, like just for the hypothetical sense, right? He did what he did, squad rolled, and then they all died. Would you say that was actually the wrong decision then at that time?
If they died and Bleach ended, the story ended? No. I don't fully understand. Like, it just would be what it is. It's not like a wrong or right decision. He just did what he did, and the story happened. Whether you didn't like the decision, that's fine. If you did, if you feel like it was fine, it's
just
cool.
sound like you're saying you can't
There's
objectively say what he did was right or wrong.
Yeah, I can't say any of these characters did anything like right or wrong.
So you're just more on the okay. That's fine.
Unless it's like blatantly, I guess if you want to call something evil as wrong, sure. But he didn't do anything.
I get what you're saying. I mean, you're more just about the subjectivity as far as defining right and wrong in the first place. All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Not to sound like I'm copying Deuce, but I was honestly gonna go Ichigo. And my reasoning kind of has to do with how they start. I mean, I won't speak too much on how Bleach ended because I said fuck that show a long time ago. And then, I haven't rewatched the ending of in a minute. So I'll just speak on how they started, which is what makes me, choose my favorite. That nigga, Yusuke was kind of a menace. Like, he did the right thing, which is what earned him his second chance, but he was really a menace. It was like, hey, bro, go do this shit. No, I don't want to. We got to threaten this nigga. Like, bro, I'll fucking kill you. Or, like, take your life or something. Like, bro, go do this shit. And he like, all right, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They really kept having to put a gun to this nigga head. And it wasn't until they was like, damn, Yusuke, you're actually good at this. Like, you're better than you average at this. Where he was like, yeah, I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really had to be an asshole about it. That nigga Ichigo was like, bro, I know I'm cute. All the bitches want me. I know I'm strong. Everybody want me to fight. I just want to chill and take my sister to school, bro. That's really all I'm trying to do. And then niggas was like, we need you, bro. Like, we need Jesus out here, bro. Like, you gotta come to us. And every time he was like, damn, I don't want to do this, but let me come save these niggas. You feel me? Like, my nigga Ichigo really Jesus out here. What can I say?
I mean, yeah, he had a wish draining tool that allowed him to do that, but
it's called these motherfucking hands.
I think it was called the Hogoku, I believe. You.
But again, that's no fault of Ichigo though. Everything he said has nothing to do with that. So,
but that is a part.
What it may have sounded like I was doing, but what I wasn't doing was trying to say that Ichigo is better than Yusuke. Yusuke is better than Ichigo. To me, why I liked Yusuke more is that I got a full character development, especially for what you said, Player Fight. I was more evidence to it. In the beginning, that nigga was very like some other shit. But if you watch, like, even up to that first Toguro fight, he was Takemichi scared. Like, when Toguro ran up on him the first time and was like, oh, so you trying to challenge me? He took out, like, a whole building, and Yusuke was like, shit. He was, like, shitting his pants, like, I cannot face this nigga. And then developed the courage to eventually whoop that nigga at the end. So I like that. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, he had so much immaturity in the beginning. When you see him at the end of the series, that man is a full-fledged man, like, ready to go on and live the rest of his life. And I just felt like it was a completeness to that story that I haven't got from a shonen main character probably since. In general, like, where I see that full, like, okay, got it. You went from little boy to grown-ass man. And I feel like that's what true shonen is to me, is that development of, hey, we start off in this kiddie shit, but eventually we get to this level of maturity because the audience is growing with the character. So that's why I lean towards Yusuke. If that's not it, that's all I wanted to get out. I'm fine if niggas pick. I can, like, take my thing back and put Ichigo up there, but that's what I wanted to get out for Yusuke, is that I think that was a complete character of all the ones I've seen so far.
I do want to point out one thing, though, that I think bringing up the whole Goku thing is a part of Ichigo's character, because, like, yeah, we aren't specifically comparing power level, but that is about that's part of the character, right? So if somebody wants to be like, yo, I choose Ichigo because I think he'll whoop Yusuke ass, like, that ain't nothing wrong with that. Everything here is an opinion anyway, but I do think that is part of the character and not just part of the story, because it's something that fuels him, the specific character. But
it didn't affect his decision to go save whoever.
It affected the outcomes of every single fight.
Yes, it affected the outcome, but not his decision to do it. Like he could have decided to do it and still failed.
That's
right?
true.
But he didn't fail because of the whole Goku.
And him
the whole
whooping
thing of
niggas' asses is part of the reason we kind of like him too, though. Like, let's just be fair. If he was getting his ass whooped, we would have compared him to Takemichi.
That's why
or
niggas
whatever.
hate Takemichi.
We compare him to Yusuke because he a
That's why
winner.
niggas hate Takemichi.
But Takemichi just won. So I'm talking about in terms of us four. Takemichi just won for that exact same reason. So
But
either
we
way,
was comparing him to another soft nigga. You feel me? We not comparing Ichigo to Yusuke because Ichigo a soft nigga. He whoop ass. So part of his
both
whooping ass
delinquents.
is having them bullshit come ups.
yeah. But I say if the Hogyoku didn't exist, he would be a soft nigga, pretty much. He would have never won a fight ever.
Them thugs.
Oh, that's true. No,
That's my point, bro. I think why I like Ichigo is because he gives me what delinquent stories never pay off, which is like a completion of, okay, I was a nigga in these streets, but now I'm a man.
Down
Ichigo was a delinquent
Down
in these
bro.
streets, and he kind of ended in the same way of just like, yeah, I'm still that, but like, I'll live the rest of my life now, which is normally how those shits end.
If you think the Soul Society arc was really a delinquent manga
Big
arc.
facts.
The new nigga on the
facts.
block came through like, I don't give a fuck who your captain is.
Big facts.
That was a delinquent manga. Then he chilled and became a house husband. You feel me?
All right. So I don't know. I can concede and then let Ichigo pass. So that means we're at Naruto versus Ichigo, which is where this is gonna go to Naruto.
Oh,
For me.
so.
I already know.
Whoa. Naruto was on the other
Wait,
side
yeah,
of the
wait,
bracket.
No,
What the fuck?
not in this bracket.
Oh, shit.
On this bracket, Naruto and Deku and Yusuke and Ichigo are in the same line. So they're the next verses, and then
Oh,
Luffy
snap.
and Takemichi is the other side. So
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah,
Naruto takes
I had
it.
to give it to Naruto. If Yusuke was up here, then I would have my man argument. But because, and this is
Yeah.
why that first part of Naruto before Shippuden, I definitely felt like Naruto had major character development. A lot of bullshit power ups, but personally, he was a hard work ninja at that point. Post that, it was very focused on saving Sasuke, and I don't really feel like I got that much maturity from Naruto. But that first half, I would say I get to him. Ichigo pretty much stayed the same nigga, bro, in my opinion, till the end. Just, hey, I'm doing this shit. I did it.
Man, that's tough.
I'll
How
say
you doing?
this.
You doing?
I like Naruto better because his whole reasoning from the beginning was just more relatable. And Ichigo's like, I never really liked the niggas that's like, yo, I'll give up everything to just save people. It kind of makes him seem a little too perfect, which is okay compared to like a douchebag like Yusuke. But when you compare it to Naruto, that's like, hey, bro, his whole goal was I want to be a nigga that niggas stop disrespecting me and start looking up to me. I think any man, any human can resonate with that. You want to be not disrespected and looked up to. And what that nigga do? Put in the work to be not disrespected and looked up to. I fuck with it.
So I guess when we're doing these, are we
Yeah,
just
it's
doing
straight favorite. I mean, your reasoning's your own. Do
This
what
is
you
your
want.
favorite?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go Naruto then.
Okay,
I'm
so
still
we
going
got three,
Naruto.
so he's already moving on. But Jugga, what you?
Fuck. Damn, bro. Damn. That really is tough for me right there.
Really interesting.
I probably gotta go Naruto.
So if it's this close, you're saying Yusuke would have beat Naruto then? Yusuke would have beat Naruto for you then?
Jugga?
Nah, see the problem is what's
Yeah.
getting to me is that since it really is favorite, it's like I'm thinking about just how like the character and to be honest, like how like the show also is kind of like impacting me. And as far as like like as far as like my intros to anime, etc. I mean, like Naruto is just more
Naruto was that
really in there, compared to Bleach. But I mean, it's close as fuck. But Yu Yu Hakusho, though, I think that hit me before even Naruto. So that's why I don't know. It's like the nostalgia's being a heavy hitter as far as like my favoritism goes. So as far as like Yusuke v Naruto, I'd probably be slightly leaning towards Yusuke. But as far as Naruto v Ichigo, probably Naruto.
I can't lie. If it was to me, my final two would be Yusuke and Takemichi. Just off that list. That's how I see it. As far as my favorite characters, who hit me the most, impacted me the most, yeah, those two. That's where I would go. But obviously, we're like trying to consensusify it, so we come up with an AfrOtaku decision. But if it was me, bro, yeah, Yusuke and Takemichi, those are the ones that
he might veto
that pull me in.
Can I look at the bracket? Can you pull the bracket up real quick? I don't even know who was on what side for real.
It's probably gonna share it for whatever the world, but whatever. We'll see it.
I mean, you can text it to me too. That's fine.
So we got Naruto here. We got Ichigo here, and now Naruto just won. And then we have Luffy and Takemichi right now. Or sorry, Asta and Takemichi. Cool.
Yeah, Asta.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so Asta versus Takemichi,
so
who y'all got?
I gotta go Asta.
I'm going Takemichi. As y'all know.
Takemichi. Taka fucking Michi.
I gotta go Takemichi.
Oh, bro. It's Takemichi.
Do you want us to put some respect on Asta name, Jugga, before we...
Bro, I mean, again, I just one of the most hardest working motherfuckers I know. I don't know. He kept the grind up and like actually got rewarded, and he keeps it going.
He worked harder than Takemichi?
Have you seen Tokyo Revengers?
I mean, like, look, I seen Tokyo Revengers, and I hear you though. But at the same time, like, if we talking about true luck, I could still argue that more luck with Takemichi than with Asta though.
Having a demon inside you ain't luck.
I mean, like, we got Takemichi though with absolutely zero hands, and homie hasn't died in the delinquent world yet. I mean, like,
you can't die
in so far into a delinquent world. I mean,
but you gotta. That's not fair because dying in the delinquent world is a rarity. Like, it don't ever go that far. You get your ass beat, but like even them killing people in Tokyo Revengers is new to me. That's like.
And when they did it, it was a big deal. It was like a big thing. Like, you know, niggas was getting killed when niggas dying. So it's not like
people
be dying every year.
Was a whole like arc, like stop Draken from dying. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. Cause I think Asta folding in Takemichi position.
What? You capping, bro? Like, come on! Like, what we still talking about, homie Asta, bro? He had zero magic
Dante ain't beat
in the whole magic world and kept the grind up. Like, what?
He ain't never been beat like that, boy. He ain't never been beat like that.
You said he did what?
Wait, me? What did he kept the grind up in a non-magic world, non-stop.
So I felt like if Asta was in Tokyo Revengers, he would be what people want Takemichi to be, which is somebody who eventually develops hands. And that's what Asta's mentality would be. He'd get his ass beat, he'd find a gym, start training, and get stronger. But
that nigga gonna quit,
but
bro.
in my mind,
I don't see that in the slightest.
Takemichi is showing up every day with what God gave him. Those two. That's it. No more
as far as
no
I don't know, as far as heart,
playing this motherfucker, bro.
I mean, as far as heart goes, you still. I mean, like, you would see the similarities, sure, but I don't know. I like that. To me, I just see more Asta. I guess what also goes into it is like I'm still a little iffy, if I'm being honest, about the reasoning behind the Takemichi heart. If I'm being real. In the sense of, alright, don't get me wrong. Like, first off, like I said, homie's got heart, right? But like, heart really towards what? Like, what is Takemichi's true goal?
Come on, bro. We already know, at least in the beginning. Later, it's changed, but in the beginning, it's getting his girl, bro. He's saving that girl's life. And any man, no. Let me get to this point. And even gay man, any man knows what a nigga is capable of doing to get that pussy at the end of the day, bro. So all of this makes sense. Die
for that shit.
All of this makes sense. Niggas have invented shit just to get pussy, bro. I'm not surprised at what Takemichi is doing at all, bro.
No, that's just And
then he became friends with them niggas, and he became actual friends with the rest of these niggas. So now he cares about these niggas too.
Hey, so and also
it makes 100% sense.
He also said that he wanted to change himself. He said he didn't want to be the same loser nigga he was. Yeah. He wanted to gain some heart.
And this is the journey to get there, bro.
I don't know. Like the focus seems a little spread. I just feel like it's more convenient just based on the issue he's dealing with at the time, whether he's really doing this for his girl or for the squad. And that's why it's just like, it's understandable, but I don't know. Like I just want to see more of that ISO focus to really see his priorities.
So I think the difference between Takemichi and Asta that might be like playing in the argument here is that Asta never had to jump over the hurdles Takemichi had. Asta's hurdle was, I want to compete in this world I can't compete in, where Takemichi's is like, I'm bitch made. It sounds like I want to compete in this world that I want to compete in, but it's really that he's trying to develop courage, like Player 5 said, and also save the girl that he loves. So to me, Asta's mindset would never have been Takemichi's mindset in his world, because he already is confident in himself. His thing is just like, I just need to get to this other end of the spectrum. He's always a shining light in his story. He's the nigga that brings nigga hope and all this other shit. Takemichi was never that. He just turned into that. Before his time skip, that nigga was a low-level thug that never met Mikey or his gang. He didn't bring any inspiration to any niggas. Look at how many friends he kept in the beginning of the story. He had none. He was by his fucking self. So he was never an inspiration to anybody. He just became that, trying to get courage.
And this is one real quick. I want to mention some things in the Facebook chat. Nicholas said some funny shit. He called this nigga Takemichi an Olympic gold medalist, which is just purely hate, bro. Purely hate. And I think he agrees with Jugga in that Asta would be in that world and basically double down and go hard and get buff. And this is why I gotta say I don't agree with y'all, to the point that MGG just pointed out. Asta has never had to be in a world where he couldn't compete, right? He's just in a world where even though he don't got magic, he can compete.
Y'all down to his level.
Takemichi is forever in the world.
I say he bringing y'all down to his level. He got that death match, soul chain magic or whatever.
Yeah, bro. Asta cannot compete in his world, and this is my thing. Is why I say this nigga Asta is folding in that same position. If you put him in a world where he cannot compete, because when we see this nigga get his ass whooped, that nigga started questioning shit. When Dante drugged that nigga, he was like, shit. That's it, baby. Yami had to get that nigga up. Takemichi is the Yami. He the nigga to be like, get your bitch ass up, Asta. I'm still swinging. You swing too, bro. They built different.
I mean, like that was still. I mean, like in that respect, that's still fight one, though. I guess in that sense, right? So I mean, like let me ask you this: do you think he's gonna act the exact same way in fight 2? Asta, yeah.
Asta.
Well, he's not gonna be in the same situation.
Asta will quit before Takemichi. I believe that. Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, like, we're still talking about like in the moment. Like if we're talking about like that solitary fight where he did get dropped by Dante, we're talking about within that same fight, Yami picked him up. Like he didn't have like enough time that at least I would say would deserve getting that shock, at least initially.
Okay, so this is the thing. If Asta, think of every fight Asta had, even the entrance exams. If Asta went in that and got fucking dog walked every single fight, this nigga would not still be in the Black Bulls. He would have went to fucking.
I guarantee
that. Don't sleep.
I can't say that.
No, Player 5's right, because remember, Yuno is the one that be boosting his head up. I remember in the Devil arc, and nigga was about to give up, and it's Yuno who was like, "Hey, bro, come on, boss up." It's us.
Episode 1.
Over, baby.
Remember episode 1? Episode 1, that nigga Asta was like, fuck it, bro. I can't win. I'm a loser. Then his grimoire showed up and he folded that nigga was on back, baby. Imagine if his grimoire never showed up. Yuno got his shit taken, and that was the show. Hey, 2 niggas with no grimoire. What's happening? That nigga Asta would have quit.
You gave my homie some time, bro.
Hey, my nigga Takemichi like, get up, bro. We about to start beating niggas.
I don't know, my God. I don't know. I don't see.
He's a winner.
In most cases, like I think there's not a clear answer, but I think for the reasons you like Asta are the reasons that Takemichi is better, because his hard work, all the hard work shit you're talking about, not giving up and shit. Like, Takemichi just does it better than Asta.
Because his shit don't work
That's his
out.
whole character, bro. That's his entire.
I mean, I don't know. Like that's still, I guess that's still effing me up as far as the whole guaranteed to be alive kind of thinking. I don't know. That's effing me up a little bit. Still, to be honest with you, it's more just like how can you not consider yourself dying? You know, like the actual ultimate penalty. Thinking about the if I end up losing, if I keep getting up, I'm going to end up dying. Like that to me almost like a broken cheat.
Other things are more important than your life, bro. Other things more important.
See, the reason he thinks that way is, and Takemichi says it multiple times, is that he's already dead as far as he's concerned. The life that he would go
His
back
life
to
is
if
trash.
he quits, he might as well be dead. So that nigga like, bro, you gonna have to kill me because I'm not about to be the nigga I used to be. And that's why that nigga go hard.
Hey, that nigga's finished, boy.
Yeah, he built different, bro.
Hey.
Like, bro, that nigga Asta be getting W's. Asta is the strongest nigga in the whole show right now. That nigga Takemichi still the weakest nigga on the block.
And showing up every
We 300
day.
chapters
First
in.
one in line to get the ass whooping every fight. First one in line.
My boy, Takemichi built
I mean,
different.
I'm not gonna dog my
I-
guy Takemichi, but yeah.
I'll just ask
I
real
can't
quick
see
because
it.
I'm just curious from the group. If this was Takemichi versus Luffy, does the decision change for anybody?
Oh yeah, I'll go Takemichi 100%.
Okay. What about
Versus
y'all,
Luffy?
Player 5 and Deuce? Would y'all
Versus Luffy, oh
would
yeah,
y'all change or
100%.
would it be the same? I'm just curious.
That's Luffy.
Would? Okay.
What,
Takemichi.
over who?
Over Takemichi. If it
Over
was Takemichi
Takemichi.
versus
Who do we
Luffy,
put Luke?
instead of Asta versus Takemichi, would your mind change? Would you pick
I
Would
would've went
Luffy
Luffy.
beat Asta or Takemichi?
Yeah. favorite wise?
That's tough. I have to think about that. Is that the next match?
No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Hey, let's put it this way. I'm happy my nigga Takemichi didn't have Luffy in his in the bracket, bro. That's all I gotta say. I ain't gonna speak on
The
it.
last one is gonna hurt. New school versus old school. The final round is Naruto.
Yeah,
versus...
wait, 'cause before we go there, I just gotta say, man, we got some accusations in the chat.
Oh.
My man Nicholas said Goofy of the year for the underdog praise that we giving this nigga
Oh
Takemichi
my
right now.
god!
Goofy of the year.
Oh, he nominated the whole
Wow.
podcast for Goofy of the Year.
Wow, that's a first.
Wow.
Oh.
He said he said I won't stand for this Takemichi praise in any regard. That man is goofy,
Folks.
bro. You not gonna come for the hardest nigga
That's
in
what
the
I'm
streets
saying.
like that.
Folks really hate Takemichi. I don't understand where this hate is
That's
coming
crazy, right? Niggas really be
Yeah.
hating him, bro. I don't know
They
what
really
like.
don't
He
like
said
this
he's staying by that.
Damn.
All I gotta say is, bro, I don't know nothing about your hands. I don't know nothing about who you are. But if it was between you and Takemichi in these streets, I know my money on Takemichi. You could be a Golden Glove boxer,
Yo.
nigga. I got my money on Takemichi. He bout that
Hey,
shit. bro.
regardless of whether you beat him or not, bro, he got the ghost on speed dial. Somebody's pulling up to
Somebody
gonna get
Mikey
You ain't want no
pulling up.
smoke with Mikey. You
You
ain't
know
want
what I'm
no
saying?
smoke.
It's not 1v1. If you think that you fight Takemichi and it's gonna be 1v1, you're wrong, bro.
Getting jumped.
Getting jumped.
They gonna let him get his ass beat. They gonna let Takemichi get his ass beat. But then, you know, Mikey gonna throw him a little kick at the end, kick to the dome. And it's all
If I
right.
saw a nigga take a Mikey kick in real life, I'd call the ambulance instantly, bro. Oh, this nigga dead. Yo, he kicked the shit out, dude.
Hey,
Like,
I can't lie though. I know I'm taking it back to the last discussion, but maybe Mikey needs to go to jail. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Nah, so some a little.
Mikey
yeah,
needs
Mikey
jail
just
time,
need
bro.
help, in my opinion, bro. I mean,
future
Yeah,
Mikey
but you
need
already
jail
know
time.
the American system.
Nah,
Help
he-
is prison. We sending your ass to prison first. You figure that shit out there.
oh no, man. Whew.
But anyways, last matchup is Naruto versus Takemichi. This is gonna be hard for me. I really want to say
I'm going
Takemichi
Naruto.
with my whole heart,
Easy.
just because of what Shippuden did to me. But my nostalgia is saying Naruto. But my heart,
Naruto all the way, baby.
because
baby.
Naruto he did get dragged in similar fashions earlier on. My only problem was Nine-Tailed Fox saved him. That was my only issue.
Dragged
with
by
it.
who?
But I don't know if I can necessarily bring that up here. Personally, though, I'm gonna say Takemichi. Nostalgia, audience-wise, I'll say Naruto. But if we talking just me personally, I lean more towards Takemichi right now. What Tokyo Revengers as a series did to me solely based off of Takemichi's story, how interested I was, how like close I was to that series. It's more than the entirety of Naruto. Maybe not more than the first part of Naruto, though, is what I would say.
Oh, yo, wow. I'm going Naruto, baby. Naruto. We up.
Yeah,
I think I gotta
that's
go.
crazy because I really gotta go. I gotta go Takemichi because, like, at the end of the day, their driving factors are both like struggling to improve their own versions of manhood. Right. So I feel like they driving goals to me are like kind of the same. And then after that, next to me gonna come like their character development. Like, I'm in the manga. Personally, I think Takemichi has grown considerably. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Compared to Naruto, which is like, I mean, if we count Boruto, he's grown. But if not, like, well, Shippuden is really why I say. I guess I agree with MGG. Naruto, day 1 to like middle of Shippuden, if you cut it there, perfect series. But the fact that I had the rest makes it like a negative to Naruto, bro. Because like, yes, it was my childhood, but it also was the first fucking defeat in childhood I took. Like, damn, they y'all gonna do me like this? I've been watching this for 10 years. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna go with Takemichi right now.
Yeah, I think I still gotta go with Naruto. I feel like the whole tournament bracket would be like a whole different combo if the versus was more of not favorite Shonen MC but better Shonen MC. But I mean the nostalgia factor just can't be ignored when you're thinking about favorites. And I mean, when we're talking about whole childhoods into teenager into young adult, I mean, like, fuck. I mean, that's pretty much Naruto. I mean, like, fuck. It's like,
just know that I'm on your side. Clarify that Takemichi is better, but for the sakes of getting this argument, I had to say Naruto, but I'm with you on. So come on, bro. What Tokyo Revengers did and is doing is. It's some different shit.
Man, y'all, Tokyo Revengers is good, but you gassing that shit a little
You ain't been reading the manga. You ain't read the manga.
Yes, I have, nigga. Yes, I have. Yes.
Oh, you caught
it? We gassing it?
Yeah, I'm only like 3 chapters behind, but
you're tripping.
Like that gas, nigga. That's what that shit is, nigga. Fire.
Nah, y'all.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no. They had some impactful moments there. Maybe you just wasn't invested in Takemichi from the beginning because that nigga.
No, I fuck with Takemichi. That nigga beat Afro. I fuck with Afro too. Not as much as but
I mean, facts. Yeah. If was in this bitch,
he's already there, but we wouldn't want to disrespect him by comparing him to other characters.
Got him.
So
you know the nigga that presents the award.
But.
Hey, you know what? The nigga you said in jail earlier, what's his name, Rimuru?
Yeah.
Or whatever, I put him above a lot of niggas. I fuck with that nigga. The slime. That slime nigga.
That might be the next one in the Isekai versus.
The Isekai, that'd be hot.
I'm reading this book, man. That shit good.
In there.